Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you. Hey, Gaming Coconuts here, and TY, Stazic's in. Let's see, we might actually be getting some notifications going out today. Ethan's here, Epic's in, Max Redknight, Licks, Lookbook. Jeff is here, Downlord Badlands, Peyton Day. Simple things make me laugh, Licks, but you were aware. Hi, Morgan. Brian's back in, Dark Slifer's here. Yeah, I'm going to I'm all excited because, well, you guys know I talk about it all the time that the biggest challenge I have in life is creating time for the things that I want to do. I think I finally gotten my schedule situated where I can do all the things we normally do here and get back to writing Rauha. So, and I need the Finnish people to come back. I know we have people from Finland, not necessarily in the chat, but here at the channel. And they told me how that worked, because Rauha is a Finnish word for peace. They told me exactly how that's pronounced, but here's a surprise, I forgot. Yes, fanfic Lick says. Well, it's so what I'm going to do to try and promote it, and I probably should let more people actually find their way to the stream first, because I'll be repeating myself. But I'm going to do everything I can to promote it. And of course, this is the prologue to the actual story. And now, as fuck off, train, there's going to be several light novels that make up Rauha. You don't need to have read the prologue for the first one for sure. Probably won't need it for the first two, but it will help. And eventually you'll need to have read that to, I don't want to, without giving away too much, keep up with everything. So I'm going to do all I can to promote it. And by doing that, I'm going to do stuff like, this is what will let more people get in here. I want suggestions from you guys. Any type of contests, giveaways, stuff like that surrounding getting the word out about Rauha, I'm willing to, thanks, Stazik. I'm willing to get involved with. I'm thinking that, do you think, would it be fair? Because I'm never sure about everybody's connection. Like, okay, say that I wanted to give it a week, and in a week we're going to do a live stream where I'll be asking questions from Rauha Prologue. And whoever is the first one to come up with the right response here in the chat wins. And by wins, I'll probably do something like, maybe I'll supply you with a free G100 Gusher 100 request over at Patreon. And if you're not a member of the Patreon, unfortunately, they don't have a system in place for me to give out temporary memberships or to gift memberships. But we'd have to figure out some way of contacting one another, and I will set up an account on that person's behalf, for the $5 for the month, so they can see everything, and they could also request a G100. Yeah, Morgan? I'm just trying to think of different things, and I'm open to any suggestions you guys have for that, as well as, obviously, this is a chat stream. You can talk about anything you want, but I'm trying to think of other good ideas. I think the G100 contest is cool. It's such a pain in the, what screws it is we used to be able to private message each other through YouTube. That made it easy because everybody here obviously has a YouTube account. Then, all I had to do is make sure that your screen name matched the person who contacts me in, and we can make connection. But now we can't do that anymore. Thanks, Susan. Brian says, giveaway Spaz Kid with no return address. No. I want people to want to do this. No. That's pretty good. Dalward says, I remember you having little promotions at the beginning of your videos, but my attention span is so short I never paid attention. Well, that's what I'm thinking. If I'm also thinking of if people are willing to go out and get the book, either hard copy or on Kindle, um, I'm also thinking about if you leave a review for me at Amazon, all you have to do is identify yourself to me through your either here at the YouTube channel or over at the Patreon at the Goosh, and I will get everybody who does that into some sort of drawing for something cool too. I don't know. I wanted to get some ideas from you guys. Carl says you're awesome. Love your content and your authenticity. Well, thanks, Carl. That's one thing. As I said, I can always guarantee that for better and many times for worse, what you see is me. I don't. You don't get anything fake here. Oh, you got Tim says, hi, I've got signed copy 45 of 1,000. How are you? I'm doing really good, my friend. Thank you. We didn't actually reach 1,000 that went out, Tim. So we ended up, those are actually, because when we first brought out Rauha Prologue, I did it as signed copies and I would number them. And I wasn't going to do any more than 1,000 that way. We did a few hundred, but we didn't get to 1,000. So those originals are done. I will still be happy to sign them for anybody that buys them. All they have to do is send them to me and I'll sign them for them. But those are the original limited signed copies, ones that are numbered and everything. You remember that ad in the Naruto vids? Do you, Chung Boy? Morgan says, you know how some websites have a how did you find this option? Maybe during checkout, there could be an option where if someone told them about the book, they could say so. I don't know, Morgan. That's a good idea. I don't know how we would do that, though. I don't know how I go about that because they're all sold through Amazon now. I was selling them myself when I was signing them, but obviously having them sold through Amazon is a lot more convenient for me. It takes up a lot less of my time so I can continue writing the books themselves. So where can we buy hard? Everything is right on Amazon links. I should have had that link up for you guys, huh? Hold on, I'll give you guys a link in just a second. Everything's right through Amazon. Amazon. Where is it? Here it is. All right, hold on, I'll give you guys a link in just a second. Actually, too, I have the website for the book. Right now, I have that directed to where it here's the link for the book. I have that directed to where if you go to welcometoroha.com, which is the website for the book, that just automatically redirects you to the Amazon page. Uh-oh. Again, Brian? Brian says, anyone else video off sync with the audio? Does anybody else getting that issue? Oh, it's fine. Okay, Brian said it's fine after he refreshed. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I know DBZA is over. That's sad. That was such a great series. And on top of everything else, my introduction to anime. So that'll always have a special place for me. Yeah, Brian, it straightened out for Brian. Crap, what else do I want to talk to you guys about today? You know, we're going to start doing some of the, I'm going to start titling live streams too. I want to, because I love our anime chats. I want to start doing streams where we talk about, excuse me, guys, the characters of an anime. For instance, I think the first one we'll do is going to be a character chat about Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and what everybody's takes are on the individual characters and stuff. I think that'd be fun dissecting them all together because it's fun to see how certain characters fit into people's likes and or dislikes and the various reasons why. Excuse me. Malcolm says, off topic, but has anyone ever shown you what Magma Bitch really did to Whitebeard? You should search the manga image, the anime edited a lot. Yes, I do. I am aware of that, Malcolm. Yeah. We're talking about that over at the Goose during the watching of those episodes and everything. And yeah, that's one of the fascinating things about with me not having the time. I would love to be a manga reader. But that's one of the things I'm noticing from you guys explaining it to me that you really miss out on when you only see the anime and don't read the manga is because the anime has to tame things down so much. Morgan says, "Oh yes, I love that idea. I have so much to say about anime characters, and keeping them to one show would make things a lot easier." That's what I think too, Morgan. And that's been my fault. The times that we've done that type of thing, like you say, it's been too broad. It's just been like anime character chat or anime chat. If we get specific, because you know what, and I don't want to go too deep into it here because we're going to be doing that. But what inspired it, I'm curious to see if people feel the same way about Roy Mustang that I do. I mean, there's some characters I think you can feel comfortable in any anime that the preponderance is going to be either positive or negative. I think with Mustang, he seems to put off a lot of people as well as having his supporters. Jesse, yes, that's the Rauha, that's covered very specifically in the first, not the prologue, but it's covered very specifically in the first light novel that Rauha is finished for peace. And I really, really, really like the scene where you find that out in the book. Brian says, coming up with new ideas is no picnic. I want to start a book club online, but someone explained you have to know how to read. Fucking Susan keeping me down. Susan's always got her foot on the neck of the man. I know. Yeah, I was aware of that. Wolverine, half of Whitebeard's face was literally burnt off. Yeah, anime changed it so that only half his mustache was. I've seen that. Well, of course, you guys know that even better than I do. I've seen that on a number of occasions where you guys have brought up to me in different anime how much more grisly or how much more intense the actual manga was. Mustang made some mistakes, but he's still badass. That seems to be a lot of people's basic take on it, Willie. Yeah, see, that's why I think that'll be fun. That'll actually be the next. Oh shit, the next chat stream we do will probably be that one specifically, just to give you guys a heads up, so you can have your talking points ready. But it's probably going to be about the Full Metal Alchemist characters. Like, for instance, I think Winry. I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't like Winry. But there's a lot of characters, not only in Full Metal, but in any anime, that I think are more on the fence, where you're going to get some real positives and you're going to get some real, yeah, fuck that guy or that girl. Alec Grima says, my friend asked me what I like, and I told him, here's the problem. I don't know what I want. It's a bit like porn or a perfect turd. Just kidding. Well, we're going to have, that's what we're going to do, Brian. One of my plans with the prologue, which is already out so everybody can read it, is we will have a trivia contest in a live stream. I think. All right, hey, you guys want to help me run a test? There's only 35 of us here. It's a little light today. But here, help me run a test to see if everybody can respond in about the same amount of delay. This is a good idea. In just a second, I'm going to say a word. I'm just going to make up a word. When I say that word, would you guys all immediately type it in on your device or your keyboard or whatever you're watching on? I want to see if everybody has about the same delay, which would make a contest fair. So I'll give you a second for everybody to get ready, and then there'll be a delay, but we'll see if they all come in together or if they're staggered. All right. And what I want you guys to type is, and if you would do it right now, all together, type poop. Fairly easy word to spell. I had to think it through, but it's P-O-O-P, right? Yeah, poop. Type in poop. Now, let me see. It'll be interesting to see if everybody comes in right together. Poop, poop, poop. See, it is pretty close. I think everybody has about the same level of lag. Yeah, see, I think that would be fair. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. This is actually good information. Boobs, yes. God damn it, yeah, son, you were right. I called the wrong word. Yeah, see, they're coming right after the other funny poo word. Okay, thank you guys. That answers that. I think a contest would be fair then. I don't think anybody has a significant advantage over anybody else as far as time. So that way, if I do a little trivia contest about the book, okay, so we'll set that up. But now, let's say for the winner of the contest, I'm going to give them a G100. In other words, you can come over to the Goosh. For those who don't know, the Goosh is our Patreon. You can sponsor for free a G100 video in that month. It would be in August if we do this next week. And if you don't already, if you're not a member of the Goosh, I can't, unfortunately, the Patreon doesn't give me the option to gift memberships. So what I would do is I would have to just set up an account for you and pay the membership for the month. But we'd have to have a way to exchange information so I could give you that information. That'll be the only thing that's that would be a challenge, is how to talk back and forth with each other, since YouTube doesn't allow us to just message one another anymore. Hey, Tim just puts poop in now. Tim, don't be a wise ass. The only reason I know it really didn't take you that long on a lag, because I know I see that you're right there with us when we're having normal conversation. That's pretty good though. Lix, oh, hey, that's actually a good idea. Since you initially planned on naming characters in the book after members of this community, they are named after members. We got a big contest and winners get characters named after them in the book. I thank you, Lix. I meant to do that too. I think what we'll have to do, I haven't seen any of the Discord mods in here. Maybe I'll get a hold of the Discord mods and we'll set up a section for Rauha over there as well. That would help us in those types of things. Your lips are off? My lips are still on. Stop that. Everybody's saying it's got to be YouTube issues, because again, I know our signal strength is strong. If you're seeing if things are out of sync, just do a refresh, guys. Quick Duke, say poop. Hey, Rockley, good to see you again, pal. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, that's a good idea too. I can tell you that one of our ex-regulars, Hyle Waverly, has a character named after him in here. A bunch of them do. Cheyenne Martin has a character named after her in the book. Of course, that's how the whole thing started. It was almost as a running gag that one of the main characters is named Curtis with a K, so it can't actually be me. And Brax, but then Emerald Octopus, believe it or not, you will see in the first light novel, has a character named after her. BTG, Black Temple Guardian, he posts under a different name, but he has one. Yeah, a lot of them. Top lips or bottom lips, Prismatic says. Leave the video and come back in. Yeah, guys, if there's syncing issues, it's definitely on YouTube. There's nothing I can do for you on those. So do I get a character named after me, or do I got to work for that shit? You don't have one yet, Lix, but there's still a lot of characters to be named, and a lot of times it has to do with your screen name. You know how well it'll fit. Obviously, Lixbox is not as you wouldn't think. You wouldn't think Emerald Octopus was a name that would lend itself well to naming a character, but once you guys read the book, you'll find out that actually it's kind of perfect. But that's what makes it tougher more than anything else, Lix, is it's just that's so unusual that it'd be a tough one to utilize. Lipception, Duke says. It is good now, Stankus. Yeah, if you guys are having, and you may, knowing YouTube, you may have to do it a couple times during the stream, but if you're getting sync issues, just refresh. Arthur, what did I miss? No, we're talking about Rauha. So I'm encouraging everybody, because obviously I want to get the word out. If you guys will want to read Rauha, I also think too, does anybody, because I can't, it works for me. Does anybody have Prime? If anybody has Prime, will you go to that link that I just posted and see if you have, I think if you have Prime, I think you can read the digital copy for free. Isn't that how that works? The Kindle copy? I don't know. But if one of you want to looks for me. If one of you want to look for me. Wolverine says, "Do I get a character based on me? I don't mind it being spelled differently for copyright." There isn't, like I say, there isn't one yet. But then again, there's still a lot of characters to go. Kindle Unlimited is separate. Oh, okay, it is, Brian. So I must have something. Oh, yes, I have. You know what? I forgot about it. I have that Kindle Unlimited because my wife was reading Kindle books for quite a while. She hasn't been lately. I forgot. That's why I can get it for free. Okay. Thank you. Morgan says, I demand to be the character just says sup, homie, every time someone addresses her. Oh, you guys will definitely see familiar names in there. Not so much in the prologue as once the actual series starts. The Kindle was free for you, Chung Boy? Okay, cool. I have Prime, but no Kindle. Okay, now I understand it. Well, I forgot, to be honest with you, I forgot I had that Kindle thing added to mine. And again, that was because my wife was reading the books. I have unlimited, have a 7-day trial, then they pay you. What about my Discord name? Coochie Obtainer. That's actually pretty good, Clay Lord. Coochie Obtainer. Well, the premise of the prologue is that, and I don't want to give away too much more because you'll be surprised, I think, when you guys see how, those of you who have read it, how the prologue is then followed up by the first of the light novels. Is just about a post-apocalyptic society, but not in the classic sense. It's not like a this is not Mad Max. It's not roving gangs of psychos and shit like that. It's society just starting to come together again, trying to put things together after the apocalyptic event, after the ultimate war, the final war they call it. And it's about how what happened with all the nuclear explosions, the remnants of the nuclear fallout and activity, the actual physical nature of the planet has been changed, but more so the physics within which they all now live have been irreparably changed, which means that some people have some really spectacular abilities. And I'm being careful what I say because I don't want to give away too much, but it's not. I almost hesitate to use post-apocalyptic because I know what I think of when I hear that term, and that's not where we are here. We're post-apocalyptic to where we're back to creating a society. Everybody's trying to, the nations are reforming. Everybody's trying to put things back together. It's not a wild Badlands type thing. Stream keeps going black now, Arthur. More YouTube fun. More YouTube fun. Sounds a lot like Judge Dredd, but the idea of a world altered by nuclear radiation sounds scary and awesome. And you mainly see it, Sammy G. You mainly see it in what it's done to people's basic DNA and their composition with these abilities they have. It's not. I'm just trying to think of a better way to put. Kind of quirk-like, I guess would be the best way to put it, would be the closest thing to it in any anime that I've seen. And the individual quirks are all a result of that fallout. And it doesn't have to be first generation. That's what really makes it a crapshoot, is even if you experience the fallout, you may not have had anything happen to you that changed you, fuck off train, in any real meaningful way, but your offspring, your children or your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren might end up with the mutated DNA. Do people have horrible powers, like powers that do more bad than good? What you'll see, Duke, and again, I don't want to give away too much, as in most places, a lot of it depends on how people want to use their powers. But yes, there are instances of not only the person being altered and having powers, but then their mind, their thought processes were also altered and made them a little bit too aggressive, I guess we'll put it. What about ghouls like in Fall? I'm not familiar with Fallout, that word. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. So basically, nuclear radiation, right? It not only changed human biology initially, Ranga, but again, it has changed the biology for generations to come. It just damaged DNA, the very basic structure. Mod says, "Yo, good to catch the stream after losing my fucking mind with my e-cig. Some fucking connection error between the mod and the tank. Oh shit. Okay. How many people are having issues with the stream? If it's severe enough, we can restart. That sucks. That's why too. I thought because our viewers are down from normal, but I see there's fluctuations, so I think people are getting kicked. Because every once in a while you see the viewer count just fluctuate way down, then it pops back up. So I think people are getting kicked and everything. Duke did for a bit. Trafalgar Law is having problems. God damn it, Susan. I don't even know if restarting would help. It can't hurt. Looks fine for minor issues, nothing quick. Okay. Is everybody trying to refresh though? If you have those problems? I keep getting some lag, but not severe enough that I can't watch. Yeah, I did forget. I can do it right while we're doing it. I did forget to do my typical speed test where I started, but I'm sure just from what I've been doing all day that everything's fine. Let me see. Even with the stream running, I'll speed test and we'll see. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Download speed, we're going to have 481 megabits per second. So I'd say we're quite confident there. Oh, upload speed is really good too. Upload speed with a live stream going, with me connected and live streaming, is 22.5 megabits per second. So needless to say, there are no issues on our end. So anything you guys are seeing is just Susan screwing with us. Curtis says time skip on constantly. Chung Boy says I can't skip through time. I don't want to get further ahead on time. That's for goddamn sure. I'm aging fast enough as it is. I just backed up 10 seconds and putting it back on the normal time. What the heck? And it's out again. Gotta refresh. Yeah, it's I know it's of little consolation, but it's all on YouTube, guys. And of course, on the day when I wanted to announce this, so anybody that wanted to get involved with the whole Rauha thing could. Well, maybe I'll post to the message to all at the channel to let you know. I'll set up in advance when we're going to have the Rauha the Rauha contest where it's the trivia about the prologue, and we'll see if we can get a definitive winner there. What about this? What about if during the chat, I think most everybody here has a junk email account, don't you? Because I'm thinking, if nothing else, if I have to contact somebody to set everything up, if they have a junk email account, you can give me that email address during the live stream, as long as it's something you'd use just to collect spam and everything. I think, I was going to say, I think Claygord says I have 3. I think pretty much everybody has those now, don't they? There's so many different places to set them up and everything. That might be a good way to do it. Previous comment explains ghouls, Dalward says. Hold on, let me see. Ghouls in Fallout were irradiated so heavily they became basically immortal at the expense of the heavy damage under their bodies. They also go insane frequently. No, it's not like that then, pal. No, it varies wildly to the point where some people were not affected at all. And let me give you... Okay, there's one character. This is not too much of a spoiler. There's one character that you'll see in the first light novel, the first actual book, who is tall and thin and lanky. And you'd think a good stiff breeze would blow him over, but then you learn that he actually weighs 1,200 pounds. And it's just because he was altered to the point where everything in his body became ultra ridiculously dense. So his muscles, even though they're thin, are extremely dense, so they're able to support those dense bones, and he's able to walk around. He's not going to win any sprinting competitions, but that's how he's been altered. He doesn't have any powers other than that. But if you like, if he wants to play basketball or something, if he sets up in the post, you ain't gonna move him. No, not like a virus, really, Ranga, because again, it actually has altered people's DNA, and it's not something contagious. It's something that either affected your bloodlines when all that radiation took over the planet, or it didn't. Yeah, Dark Cipher, like I say, to that's the closest. That's the closest parallel I can draw would be a quirk in MHA. It's similar to that. Where's my toaster's bath time, boys? Jesus Christ, Prismatic. Would being dense body make you more durable? You'd think so, Duke. You'd think so. If carcinogenic mutations had good effects and bad effects, yeah, kind of. Is having superpowers good for your health? I think, well, for my storytelling, it depends on the superpower. See, there's a lot of things I could give you as examples, but I don't want to ruin things. See, I not only have the first book in mind, but I have outlined the entirety of the series from start to end. And Rauha has a very specific and definitive end. I like that in storytelling. It's not something where it's got to be, oh, well, you always got to leave a little something in case you decide you're not done with the story, and you want to come back from. No, it has an end. I don't know yet how many books it will be, but it would be an entire series. But when it ends, you'll see it ends. And this is something that I've been writing my whole adult life, but really I got inspired by anime is having a little bit of fearlessness in writing. And that's one of the things that's got me excited about it. There will be things happening that I wouldn't have written into a story prior to having watched anime. And now I think are really hard-hitting and important to the storyline, but I don't think I would have had the balls to write them before I started watching anime. Sammy G Show says, we'll read and review when I can. Curtis, thanks. This sounds like a really interesting story. Well, thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. As I've said, for anybody coming in, and I'll give you guys the link. And if you have that, I'd forgotten about that. If you have that Kindle Direct, you can read it for free. Here's the link to the book. You can get digital or hard copy. If you read it, get ready, because next week we'll be having a stream where we have a trivia contest regarding Rauha. And Spice Kid. And now I forgot what else I was going to say about it. But yeah, we'll probably do that too. We will probably also I'll set up something, and it might be in a book down the line, but where you can name a character. Oh, stream dinner. Oh, you just finished messaging? Okay, I'll check it as soon as I'm done, Chrome. Can I still purchase the book when Christmas comes through? Yeah, Chung Boy, it's always up there. It's always up at Amazon. I'm hoping by the holidays I will have the first book in the series done as well. Sammy G Show says, would you be interested if someone on YouTube were to animate the story? Yes, I'd like to have them just contact me first. Just tell me what your thought process is. But yes, unless they were going to do something extremely weird with it, I would be all for it. As a matter of fact, as long, put it this way, as long as it's going to be out there under the Rauha name, so as long as they stick to the story, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. It's not like I'm some sort of art critic and I need to see your animation or something first. That has nothing to do with it. I just want to make sure that they stick to the actual story, so people aren't getting a different story of Rauha. If they do, by all means, I would probably even repost it if they wanted me to, with a link to their channel at my channel. Basically, someone would need more details. It's a bit too cheap for me. No, that's understandable, Chrome, and I'll get right back to you. I'll get right back to you on that. Nope, no problem at all. Oh no, Lady Court says, well, I just got done from a bad disaster yesterday, but this is nice. Oh, sorry to hear you had a bad disaster. Someone animates Curtis and Spaz. Good shipping, Chrome says. Prismatic says, so how many over 18 female characters are there in this? For research purposes, of course. Right off the bat, in the original, in the first book, there are some MILFs, certainly. Because this is another thing that's different in the storytelling of Roha than is typical, I guess. Whereas instead of the kids, like as in Naruto or something, the kids being all out on their own, having to take care of business and being the main forces, this is still about parents protecting their children as best they can. It's very, in that sense, very, well, you guys know me, it's not a surprise, very family oriented in that respect. Wolverine says, check last post. How the X-Men stuff works is that the characters have to be born with the powers. They manifest at puberty. If you get powers from an external source, you're a mutation. Yeah, like I say, that's anybody in this story with powers is a genetic mutation. It's from the fallout. Even if it skipped several generations, it's still what it came from. Luke says we only accept the highest quality animation studios for this fanfic. So no fillers. Yeah, basically, Ranga. Yeah, that would be really the only parameter I could think of if somebody wanted to animate it, is just please stick to the story. About 40 tornadoes spawned near my area from a tropical storm. It was not much fun seeing damage. Oh, god damn, Weighty Quartz. Yeah, see that? I'm in upstate New York. We got fortunate that it had weakened so much because it was a rarity for this to happen. It came up the coast and that storm went directly over us yesterday. I mean, right on top of where I live as it came ashore. But we're 160 miles inland and it had already weakened. So all we got was a day of just torrential downpours and some decent wind gusts. I mean, there was some damage, but nothing severe. No tornadoes spawned from it or anything. But we're lucky that it wasn't more powerful because that's so unusual to happen. Came all the way up the coast and bam, I mean, just slammed over the top of us. TY just bought it. Well, thanks, TY. I appreciate that. And like I say, guys, any of you who've bought it or are going to buy it, if you would, please leave me a review at Amazon, because I very well may set something up too where anybody who's reviewed it, I'll do a little drawing of some sort. And what I'll do is, like, maybe say we got 10 reviewers. I'll do a live stream where I put all 10 of you on a list, and then I'll get a random number generator to pick one. And there'll be a prize for that as well. Cute Solution 9 the Gamer. Hello there. Yes, I can say hi to you. As a matter of fact, I just did. Chrome says, I'm game for some work and I'm sure we can figure out some agreement. Honestly, I've just been taught to be shrewd. You should. And make sure my work has value. I put my all in it. No, by all means, you should. That's why too, Chrome, I'm always so careful about when I bring out an offer to anybody. What I base it on is, because I don't know what that work typically goes for. Normally, if somebody's going to illustrate for me, I just give them a percentage of the proceeds. But I hate doing that just because it could dud. I mean, I could never make anything to speak of from it, and I would hate for that to be the case. But I just base it on my online people who have done illustrations for me in the past. I base it on what they will do it for. I prefer working with people that I know. I think like anybody does, and they're good people. They're very nice. But the one in specific, the one whose work I really enjoy, it's so difficult sometimes. I feel bad for him because he tries his best to do the illustrations for me, but we've got a language barrier. His English is at best, and my anything but English is non-existent. So I just feel bad because sometimes he has to redo drawings, which I don't like making somebody do, but he just didn't understand, no matter that I used 500 words to carefully explain what I wanted, he just doesn't always get it. Prismatic says, you know how hard it is to take a crap when a hurricane is eating your house cats? I don't remember Chung Boy what his language is. Um, well, his name's he did some of the did the illustrations in here. He calls himself De- Degamashiro. Degamashiro, but I don't remember what he said his native language is. I mean, he nice guy, works hard, and eventually we get what we want, but it's difficult for him. And the person we work with works pretty cheap, honestly. The rates I'm familiar with from college and uni are a decent bit more. Honestly. Oh, there's no question about that, Chrome. No question. And the only reason I work with the people who will work as inexpensively is just because, again, there's a real good chance I make nothing on these. So it's probably the only good part about it is whatever I pay somebody, I can I can write off on my taxes. But you guys know how difficult it is to get any type of book or any type of writing launched. So I try and keep my overhead down as much as I can. Now it would be entirely different if, even if I had Degamashiro keep doing the work, like say we wrote the first light novel and we sell 100,000 copies of it. Well, obviously, whether he asked for it or not, for the next one, I would dramatically increase what I could pay him because I know I can afford to do it. He's from Fiverr, Ranga. He's from Fiverr. What I do a lot of times now, Fiverr's eased up on it. I didn't like to use Fiverr because they were basically making people get too underpaid. But now that they can set their own rates, because it used to be you only had like 5 or 10 you could set it at. But that's where I met him, is on Fiverr. The guy who does my music for me and the music productions, I met through Fiverr. Now we've moved away from that platform, and him and I deal directly because that way he gets all the funds. But I met him there too. Amazon is trying to ban paperback books for online books. Great. Are they really, Lady Quartz? I don't think they'll ever do that, though. There's always going to be too many traditionalists who just want to have that book in hand. Don't you guys think? I don't think you could ever do that. I don't think you could ever make people go 100% digital on books. I don't think. Mr. Swiss Roll, just talking about the book series I'm doing. Chung Boy says, so language barrier like Jackie and Chris when they were filming Rush Hour 1. Yeah, that type of thing. And again, it's not a problem. It's just I feel bad. I don't like doing that. I don't like having to go back to somebody and say, oh man, I need you to redo it. But I had to because he just didn't get it. So the picture didn't really make sense in the context of the book. Yeah, that's why I am Chrome. I don't, Amazon can try whatever they want, but I don't think you'll ever stop people from wanting to hold a book in their hand. Big Green says, I know I still book, so yeah. Also, hi, late again, playing Soul Calibur. Never still buy books. I knew what you meant, Big Green. Soul Calibur, that one I know of, but I never played that. Ma says, okay, I'm getting close to fucking soldering a goddamn battery, so I better quit before I get electrocuted or blow a fuse. Yeah, I don't want your next post, your icon pic, to be all frazzled and burned at the edges and stuff. That's true too. I didn't even think about that, Chrome. She says, "Oh yeah, he's foreign, so the dollar is probably worth a decent amount more to him as well." I forget exchange rates. Yeah, you're probably right. I did not even think about that. I haven't worked with him on anything in probably about a year, and it may not even be as big a deficiency with the language barrier, because even as I was working with him, you could see he was getting better and better with English. So by now he might be more literate than me. Chrome says, I know Amazon is trying to push people towards ebooks on their site, but didn't realize they want to fully get rid of physical. Yeah, again, they can get, I think if they ever did get rid of it on their site, all they do is damage their own brand, because you will not convince people to not have a book in hand. You can go digital with a lot of things. I don't think books are at 100% digital. I played Gmod in the past, Lady Quartz. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Spaz Kid used to play a lot of it. He hasn't lately, but he used to play Gmod all the time. How about speaking Weeb? I bet then they'll understand. Well, Weeb is the international language. Yeah, the ultimate international language. Willie says, I just saw an ad for Artemis Fowl movie and I threw up a little. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll try to think of the best ways to get the word out, but we will maybe after this stream, I'll send a message through YouTube too to let everybody know that next week we're going to have a stream where we do trivia on Rauha Prologue. And okay, what do you okay, I'm gonna let you guys that are here decide. So for the first one, I'm gonna do more promotions, but for this first promotion, for the Rauha Prologue, should I give as a prize, should I give the opportunity to name a character after themselves? Or should I give a free G100 video over at the Goosh? What do you guys think? And we'll go with majority rules as long as there's a very distinct majority. What do you guys think is a better prize to give out first? Whatever it is, whatever one gets left out, we'll probably use that as a prize for a later one. But I want to see what you guys think. I watched the Aragon movie and it pissed me off. Such an unfaithful rendition. Downward says, free access to your OnlyFans, Ma says. Name, Downward says. Character name, both of them pretty good options. I think character name, okay, G100s were 3-1. I think especially if they've read the book, I think I tend to agree. I think they would like the character naming. And I can't guarantee it'd be a main character because most of them are already named, but it will be a prominent character. It won't be somebody with one fucking line or something. OnlyFans. Yeah. That we're I think the character name should be saved for something more special. You think so? I think that's pretty cool though, Lex. To me, if you can win the trivia contest, that means you put some real time into actually reading and absorbing the book. OnlyFans. Well, if we ever set up an OnlyFans, guys, we will do it on a live stream. I'll do it on a day where I'm streaming through my third-party software, and you guys can go right in, and I'll take you through with me on the tour. Wait a second. First of all, hold on a second. First of all, Pornhub subscription would be a good price, Duke says. Imagine one character named Big Willie. I could see that happening, Lady Quartz. Yeah. Rather than leave it to the winner to choose, I'd rather be able to promote it as this is what you get, and then I can start setting something up. Just from the responses here, I think we'll do character name. Now, some people would be out immediately. Well, I don't think anybody's here today because, like I say, M already has a character named after her. But I don't think anybody else that does is actually in here. It means Rauha character XXX go Naruto 69. Well, that would be explained too, Lex. It would have to be something that I can actually work with. You can be a nickname, it can be anything, as long as it's something reasonable that for a character. But with all those mutations and all the different characters that they encounter due to the mutations, it won't be hard to work somebody in there. Yeah, so we'll do character name for that one. Sure, I finished Hunter x Hunter, Andy. Hunter x Hunter is one of my all-time favorite series. Absolutely. Imagine 69 being the prime number of internet humor forever. 69 is the ultimate number anyway. Oh, and don't forget, guys, too, if you are going to read, or have read the book, please leave a review over at Amazon for me, because I will be doing some sort of giveaway with reviews too. Yeah, true. Willie says it would be easier to name a character than set up a new Goosh account for a G100. Maybe what we'll do is we'll split them. That's a good idea. Willie led me to this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll keep the character name for here at YouTube, and then maybe over at the Goosh, I'll do a specific promotion about the book for a free G100. Then just because that'll eliminate that issue. Everybody there, I have access to. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. That's a good idea. That's an excellent idea. Glorious Place. I'll post the link again. It's on Amazon. This is the link for the book. But I love the way the prologue came out, and what really got me charged up was with being able to restructure my schedule. I went back and I was reading, what I had already accomplished. I've got a lot done on the first book already, and I just get so enthused because more than anything else, because I want to share it with you guys. Because again, the only reason I'm writing this is because of the anime influence, and it's obviously you guys that started all that in me. Yeah, I think so, Lix. I think that's the way to go. That's what we'll do. So the contest here at YouTube will be for naming rights, and then we will I will do a future promotion at the Goosh, and that will be for a free G100. Yeah, I will. I'll add the Amazon link to this video's description. I will, Chrome. Freaking YouTube. I was complaining about it again yesterday. They're constantly diddling with the setup when you go into live stream now. And yesterday they screwed me up when I was streaming Minecraft because they switched that around again. So it's easier for me to add it after than it is while I'm setting it up. So as soon as I do, I'll try and remember to do that because I was going to go over and read your message at the Goosh. Before I do that, I'll if I can, if it'll let me into the, yeah, it should let me into the description. I'll put that link right in there. Lady Court says there was a book that Amazon tried banning known as Behold a Pale Horse. I don't know the reason, but I'm pretty sure you can still buy it. Behold a Pale Horse. Seems like a harmless enough title, doesn't it? I'll tell you what Susan Diddle's little boy's Willie says. You guys are funny. Ranga Tempest. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But now I'm just hoping you guys really enjoy this. And what I like, and I unfortunately I can't tell you why without ruining things. I like how we go from the prologue into the stories. Because I can tell you this much. Once you read the prologue, you'll have that good base that you're going to need to continue following everything. But you will not be going from the prologue and then the next day the story begins. Let's see. Chrome says, given how we see Amazon is removing non-PC manga from their site, hell no, I'm not giving up physical. They removed Goblin Slayer, No Game, No Life. What's next? They did. I didn't know that, Chrome. They removed No Game, No Life, too? Really? Jesus Christ. Hi, Carl from Sweden. Very cool. Oh, cool, Claylord. That'd be good. If it's freezing on you guys, just hit refresh. We've been having YouTube issues with the stream all along. I was going to try and stream some Minecraft later if I get done. I got to do some painting on my porch if I get done in time. But with as bad as this stream's been, I don't know. I'm trying to stream a game too. Yeah, it's been bad, Chrome. That's why you're seeing too the number of people in here going up and down, up and down. People are getting booted left and right. Yeah. Well, we're just about done with this stream anyway, guys. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. Thank you for putting up with all Susan's issues in the stream and hanging with me. Again, I will put the link to the purchase link in the description. I'm also going to make a post to all of you guys through YouTube, letting you know about it. And then next week we'll have the Rauha trivia contest, and the winner will get to name a character. Yeah, it was getting a shadow ban too. Nacho says even publishers are getting ghosted by them. Jesus Christ. It's getting a little frightening out there. I'll tell you guys, I have, like everybody else, fuck off, train. I hate trains. Like everybody else, I've got my own personal views, takes on anything, whatever it may be. Again, no different than anyone else. The one thing that would get me into the streets and committing acts of violence if necessary is if our First Amendment rights get squashed. I don't know how you guys in the UK are dealing with it, with the way they're leaning on you guys about what you can and can't say, because that's the ultimate to me. And I feel more and more infringement on that from our government, or potential infringement on that from our government all the time. And that's the kind of stuff where if that came to pass, you guys will be reading about me in the national news. They removed light novels for Goblin Slayer, No Game, No Life. The manga versions may still be up. Some Australian Karen called it pedo stuff. Chrome says there's a crusade against manga and anime by Karens and politicians. Also, Western publishers pissed about market share loss. Yeah, well, that last part of that I'm sure is entirely true. Just to humiliate her, Wolverine. I see that, Lix. Lix says Australia seems to be having this hate boner against anime in general lately. Just things I've read, I see that. We had that one politician over there, the dumb fuck that thinks all anime is porn, right? And again, you want to tweak me, a politician anywhere, anytime, when they come out with a stance, pro, con, whatever, a stance on something, they start talking about it, and you realize that they have done no research on it. That makes me want to strangle somebody too. First Amendment ban means Second Amendment exercise. I could not agree more, Willie. That's the big one to me. I could not agree with you more. Gerardo says, Curtis, glad you like the Demon Slayer trailer, but there are two others you definitely got to watch. They're absolutely amazing. I've heard Gerardo. I'll try and do reactions to them too. Anything to do with this Demon Slayer movie is something I need to see. So yeah, I'll get them posted. Chrome says, funny thing is the main Australian politician that was against it for being pedo turned out to be a pedo. Common things that happen. I was just, before I read common things that happen, I was just going to say, yeah, that entirely figures, Chrome. Yeah, entirely figures. Jesus Christ. When the first Demon Slayer movie trailer ended the last episode of season 1? Was it? Could be, me and memory. And besides that, usually because I'm doing them for reactions, if it was, I probably missed it anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to have to let you go. Again, thank you for putting up with this horrible, laggy stream that Susan graced us with today. And again, thank you for all the support on Rauha. I'll be talking about a lot more with you guys, but that's what we're going to do. Next week's Rauha Trivia Challenge will allow you to name a character. And then you Gooshers over at the Goosh, I will be setting up something. We'll have some sort of contest where Rauha related, where the winner gets a free G100 video. So thank you for that. I was gonna say it's Tuesday, but it's fucking not. It's Wednesday. It's middle of the week sticky stuff. All right. I know. Middle of the week sticky stuff is not the highest caliber, but listen, it's still sticky stuff. It's just like, okay, it's just like when a pizza isn't necessarily the best, or they put a little too much sauce on it or something. It's still pizza. I'm trying to make a case for Wednesday sticky stuff. I don't want any of you guys ever ducking when the sticky stuff comes out. Wednesday sticky stuff is not the freshest, but it's still sticky stuff, and it deserves love, just like other sticky stuff. And it's only 2 days away from the best sticky stuff, so it's got that going for it. So here it comes. Don't duck, don't dodge. Pamfu, Wednesday sticky stuff. Middle of the week, Wednesday sticky stuff. All right, it's not super fresh. Yes, I know. Yes, it's got, all right, it's got some stuff in it. No, don't get it near your eyes. Wednesday sticky stuff for everybody, because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, whether at Rauha, whether at Wednesday sticky stuff, or any place in the universe, goosh.